खिलाफत मूवमेंट, इसी टॉपिक पर आज हम लोग चर्चा करने वाले हैं और ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक माना जाता है इंडिया के फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल में। शुरू के जो 4 खलीफा हुए वो चारों के चारों प्रॉफेट मोहम्मद के, पैगंबर मोहम्मद के उत्तराधिकारी, सक्सेसर के रूप में देखे जाते हैं, माने जाते हैं। ये 4 शुरुआती खलीफा कौन थे? ये 4 थे। सबसे पहले अबू बकर 632 टू 643 AD। दूसरे नंबर पर उमर इब्न अली खताब 643 टू 644 AD। तीसरे नंबर पर उस्मान इब्न अफ़ान, इनको माना जाता है 644 टू 656 AD। चौथे नंबर पर अली इब्न अबी तालिब 656 से लेकर के 661 AD तक। ये 4 खलीफा हुए शुरू के। ठीक है, ये बिल्कुल करेक्ट ऑर्डर है। ऑल दीज 4 खलीफास वर वेरी पॉपुलर। दे हैड बिग रेपुटेशन। सवाल यह है कि फर्स्ट खलीफा अबू बकर साहब कैसे बने? पैगंबर मोहम्मद साहब के सबसे क्लोज जो लोग थे उनमें भी सबसे क्लोज अबू बकर थे। अबू बकर पैगंबर मोहम्मद साहब के मुख्य सलाहकार, चीफ एडवाइजर की तरह काम करते थे। When Hazrat Muhammad Sahab started feeling sick, he advised, he guided Abu Bakr Sahab to conduct, to lead the prayer। कहने का मतलब यह हुआ कि हजरत मोहम्मद साहब जब सीख फील करने लगे तो उन्होंने अपने चीफ एडवाइजर अबू बकर को यह निर्देश दिया, गाइड किया कि वो प्रेयर्स कंडक्ट कराएं। एंड लेटर ऑन प्रॉफेट मुहम्मद हिमसेल्फ nominated Abu Bakr to be the first खलीफा। लेकिन एक दूसरा भी समूह था, ग्रुप था, जो हजरत मोहम्मद साहब के सन इन लॉ अली इब्न तालिब को खलीफा के रूप में देखना चाहता था। अली इब्न तालिब हजरत मोहम्मद साहब के कजिन भी थे और उनके सन इन लॉ भी थे। इट मीन्स देयर वर 2 ग्रुप्स नाउ। One group supported Abu Bakr, the other group supported Ali ibn Talib. 85% to 90% of the followers of Prophet Muhammad supported Abu Bakr. 15%, around 15% people, 10 to 15% you can say, supported Ali ibn Talib. Those who supported Abu Bakr Sahab, they become popular as Sunni. And those who supported Ali ibn Talib Sahab, they become popular as सिया। तो खलीफा का जो पद है, पोस्ट है, वो ऐसे आगे बढ़ता रहा। इसमें एक बहुत बड़ा चेंज देखने को मिला 1299 ऑनवर्ड्स। आखिर क्या हुआ 1299 में ऐसा? 1299 में अनातोलिया में एक ट्राइबल लीडर ने एक किंगडम बनाया जिसको ऑटोमन किंगडम कहा गया। एक्चुअली ये वर्ड ऑटोमन आता है उस्मान से या उस्मान से। इसी को उस्मान साम्राज्य भी लोग बोलते हैं। उस्मान, अरेबिक टर्म उस्मान, उसी से बन गया ऑटोमन। इसके बाद एक बड़ा माइलस्टोन आता है 1453 में। 1453 में मेहदी सेकंड नाम का ऑटोमन किंग का इमर्जेंस होता है और मेहदी सेकंड अपनी एग्रेसिव पॉलिसी से बीजेंटाइन एम्पायर, जो लगभग 1000 साल से भी अधिक रूल कर चुका था, उसको खत्म कर देता है। एक्चुअली इन 1453 मेहदी सेकंड ऑफ द ऑटोमन किंगडम attacked and captured Constantinople. Constantinople was the capital of the Byzantine Roman Empire, which had been ruling for around 1000 years. It means Mehdi II, after capturing Constantinople, destroyed the Byzantine Roman Empire. It was consolidation of the Ottoman Empire. After capturing Constantinople, Mehdi II, the Ottoman ruler, renamed Constantinople as Istanbul and declared it the capital of the Ottoman Empire. In 1481, Mehdi II died. 1520 to 1566, this was the peak of the Ottoman Empire in Europe. And this was the period of Sultan Suleiman. He was no doubt a powerful ruler. Stability, prosperity, power, everything was there in the Ottoman kingdom under Sultan Suleiman. Under Sultan Suleiman, the areas which were under the Ottoman Empire were Turkey, Greece, Bulgaria, Egypt, Hungary, Macedonia, Romania, Jordan, Palestine, Lebanon, Syria, and some parts of Arabia and the North African coastal areas. Sultans ruled from the Topkapi Palace in Istanbul. Then there was Renaissance in Europe. And Renaissance in Europe, it started from Italy. Dante, the author of Divine Comedy, is called father of Renaissance in Europe. Due to Renaissance and some inventions and discoveries, there was Industrial Revolution, and the Industrial Revolution started first in England, then in France, and then in other parts of Europe. Due to this Industrial Revolution, there was extreme nationalism, there was imperialism, and then the Balkan crisis emerged. It was a problem for the Ottoman Empire. The First World War started as a result of the Balkan crisis, and the First World War was fought from 1914 to 1918. There were two army blocks which were fighting in the First World War, Triple Alliance led by Germany and Triple Entente led by France. Ultimately, the Triple Entente won. Britain, France, Russia and their supporters. Even the USA was supporting the Triple Entente group. In this World War, the First World War, Turkey was in the group of Germany. That was Triple Alliance. Ottoman Empire was with Germany. It means the Ottoman Empire got defeated in the First World War. Here is the point. When British had been ruling India and it was the time of the First World War, the British had declared that even after defeating Turkey, even after defeating the Ottoman Kingdom, they were not going to abolish the post of Khalifa, because the Sultan of Turkey was Sultan of Turkey in the terms of politics, administration. But the Sultan of Turkey was the temporal, head of Islam, was the religious head of Islam also, religious leader of Islam, the Sultan of Turkey. So this was the problem. So the British had promised to the followers of Islam in their kingdom, wherever they were in the world, that they were not going to abolish the post of Khalifa. The Sultan would not remain Sultan, but Sultan will remain Khalifa. That was their promise. After the defeat of the Ottoman Turkey in the First World War, the League of Nations, which was formed in 1920 on the basis of the 14 points given by Woodrow Wilson, the then President of the USA, divided, the League of Nations mandate divided the Ottoman Turk kingdom into several parts. And these parts were given to the members of the Triple Alliance because they had defeated Turkey in the First World War. On 17 November 1922, under the Sultan Muhammad VI or Khalifa Muhammad VI, the Ottoman Empire officially ended. The title of the Ottoman Sultan was eliminated. Sultan Muhammad VI was exiled. Sultan or Khalifa Muhammad VI was succeeded by Abdul Majid II. Now, Abdul Majid II was the last Khalifa. It means he was the last Sultan of Turkey, you can say, of Ottoman Kingdom. He was the Sultan or the Khalifa from 19th November 1922 to 3rd March 1924. On 24 July 1923, the Treaty of Lausanne was signed. And on 29 October 1923, Turkey was declared a republic under the leadership of Mustafa Kemal Pasha. Mustafa Kemal Pasha was famous as Ataturk, father of Turkey. From 1923 to 1938, Mustafa Kemal Pasha Ataturk led Turkey, and he turned Turkey from the Sikh Mania of Europe to the most modern nation in Europe. After making Turkey a republic, Mustafa Kemal Pasha Ataturk declared the post of Khalifa abolished on 3rd March 1924. All the provisions of the Treaty of Lausanne were enforced in 1924. The new boundaries of the Republic of Turkey were decided, and on 6 August 1924, the provisions of the Treaty of Lausanne were finally introduced. So, it's very clear that with the declaration to abolish the post of Khalifa on 3rd March 1924, the Khilafat movement ended. Automatically ended. हम फिर से वापस आते हैं इस बात पर कि खिलाफत मूवमेंट तब क्या था? When Turkey got defeated in the First World War, there was a threat that the post of Khalifa would be abolished. And to re-establish the post of Khalifa, a movement was started. This movement was called Khilafat movement. It started all over the world by the followers of Islam who respected, who honored Khilafat or Khalifa. In India, in Bombay, an All India Khilafat Committee was formed by Ali brothers, Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. The Indian National Congress supported this movement. Mahatma Gandhi supported Khilafat movement, and it was Khilafat non-cooperation movement together. But this movement, Khilafat movement, ended automatically on 3rd March 1924. क्यों भाई, क्या हुआ ऐसा? 3rd March 1924 को टर्किश रिपब्लिक के हेड मुस्तफा कमाल पाशा अतातुर्क ने खिलाफत के क्वेश्चन को ही खत्म कर दिया, खलीफा के पोस्ट को परमानेंटली एबॉलिश कर दिया. आई होप all of you have understood this topic, Khilafat movement. Thank you very much. God bless you all.